Arjun and Vikram met at university on an ordinary afternoon. Vikram filled the silence with plans for the future. Arjun listened, not because he had nothing to say, but because he cared enough to hear every word. Years passed. In a small apartment, Vikram often worked late. Without a word, Arjun would place a meal beside him and quietly step away. The food arrived. Before an important interview, Vikram stood outside a door carrying more nerves than confidence. Arjun offered a few simple words, then watched him walk forward. Coffee, long afternoons, and countless conversations. Yet something subtle was always happening. Vikram spoke. Arjun listened, not out of obligation, out of affection. Life became busier. On crowded streets, Vikram moved quickly toward the next goal, while Arjun followed at an easier pace, never demanding attention. When illness touched someone close to Vikram, he spent anxious hours in a hospital waiting room. Arjun sat beside him. No speeches, no advice, just company. Sometimes the greatest comfort. There were celebrations too, victories. Vikram stood at the center of crowded tables while friends raised glasses in his honor. From the edge of the room, Arjun celebrated just as sincerely. And when difficult nights arrived, when disappointment weighed heavily on Vikram's shoulders, Arjun stayed. He shared the silence instead of trying to fix. Messages waited longer for replies. Calls became rare. Good intentions were postponed until someday. Vikram never meant to drift away. He was simply busy. One afternoon, a message from Arjun appeared on his phone. Vikram noticed it, then returned to work. He assumed there would be time later. Months passed. The silence grew without either noticing. Then came an ordinary Tuesday. While scrolling through his phone, he saw something that made no sense. Then he read it again. Arjun was gone. The world continued moving. Cars passed. People hurried through their routines. Yet everything felt strangely distant. Some losses arrive with noise. Others found himself sitting across from Arjun's mother. Between them rested a small box. Inside were letters. She told him they had been written over many years. Vikram opened the first one. With every page, another hidden memory surfaced. Arjun wrote about bringing meals because he worried Vikram forgot to eat. He wrote about hospital nights, celebrations, disappointments, and ordinary afternoons. The second letter revealed something deeper. Arjun had noticed everything. Every struggle, every fear, every victory. He carried those memories quietly and never asked for credit. Years earlier, on that same university bench where their friendship began, Arjun had often sat alone writing these letters. Thoughts he never mailed, gratitude he never voiced, a record of a friendship he treasured more than anyone realized. By the time Vikram finished reading, the table was for the first time in years. There was nowhere else he needed to be. He lowered himself onto the grass and stayed there. He reread the letters slowly, hearing Arjun's kindness between every line. Not dramatic, not demanding, simply constant. Memories returned. A cafe, an empty chair, a friend. As the light softened, Vikram looked toward the open sky. There are words we assume can wait. Appreciation, gratitude, love. Yet time rarely announces when it is running out. On another day, he found himself standing before an empty bench, remembering how much of life had been shared in places that seemed ordinary at the time. That evening, he sat at his desk, closed his laptop, picked up a pen, and began writing a letter of his own. Not because Arjun would read it, because some truths deserve to be spoken, even when they arrive late. The people who quietly stand beside us often leave the deepest footprints on our lives. Tell them what they mean to you while you still can. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom stories. VKVV Stories.